Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated.
So,
Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word.
dun. It's just a Star Wars thing.
That's all you're
You
doing?
know why? Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are 230 to 40-something-year-olds who are under a time crunch. So we talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Time Crunched Chris.
And I'm Kyle, and
Time Crunch Kyle.
you guys should join us in the Discord down below. We have links. Be part of the community below us. There's links in the show notes for the Discord. Totally free. Join the conversations that we have going on. Join Chris and myself live whenever I've been able to play. I've been having more technical issues there. But we stream together every Friday and Saturday night, mostly sometimes on Twitch. Chris is Guyver Unit 01, GUYVERUNT01. I'm KSIG, K_SIG. And we play community games every Friday and Saturday night. And then we also would like to have you guys there to, join us in person. See what that's like. Commune with us. Commune with the community. Yeah. But yeah, we are, like Chris said, under a slight time crunch today. It's my little fella's birthday party today. I got family coming down.
Happy birthday, little man.
My computer is not cooperating well at all today. And so we're just like hoping for the best. We're hoping for the best.
Much like our sex lives.
Mm-hmm. Do or do not.
Well, at least we try.
But at least we try.
Okay, so first off, we need a listener of the week.
We do.
Do you have one?
I was hoping you would.
I do.
All right. You go with yours.
Our listener of the week is Shantae.
I was thinking that. But let's see what Chris has.
It is Shantae because, hey, Shantae just finally, she's been part of our community for over a year now.
Mm-hmm.
Well over a year. But finally started listening to the podcast, which I'm thrilled about. Listens to it at work.
Nice.
I believe I got a message of what the fuck on one of the episodes. But Shantae is amazing. She's kind of like our goodwill ambassador for the community.
Mm-hmm. Also our bouncer.
She is our bouncer too, but she's always there telling everyone, good morning. How's it going? She shares with the community. Like, Shantae is amazing. She's always in our streams when she can be.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we love Shantae. We really do. So she is our listener of the week. We also have a new thing that we're doing for the listener of the week. If you join, especially if you join our, have a Z-Doc's Giveaway Bazaar, which is Doc Biohazard has graciously unlocked his treasure trove in his basement, apparently, that has a shit ton of stuff. And he's going to send our listener of the week every week something new. So it may not, it's not going to be much, but it's just kind of a thank you. And thank you, Doc, for doing this, because this is your money. We appreciate it.
Yep. It's cool to have that channel in the Discord and him just donating things for us to give away. Apparently he's just got a lot of stuff he wants to get rid of.
Which is awesome.
Which is awesome. And it's good stuff.
So listener of the week, Shantae. And then we need to talk about the giveaways we did too, right? We had 4 giveaways. The first one was the Funko, Batman Funko.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blasted Props won it. Blasted Props, who is frantically trying to clean the house because Mrs. comes back.
Yeah, hey, I'm so happy for him.
I am too, but he's kind of freaking out a little because he's like, yeah, wait, you got to do the props. Yeah. I'm trying to clean the house. I can't do it because I've got a high girly voice.
I can't do the. Yeah, just
I can't do that house.
Go and clean that house real good for you, missus.
Clean that house real good.
Mm-hmm.
But so props, we gave away 2 bottles of chassis, one to PC Nerd, one to Hughes, and then Shantae won something. So
couldn't have went to the powder couldn't have went to anyone better or more moist downstairs. So it has been humid. I think it went to the right people.
Hughes, you just look moist. I'm sorry.
Look so moist.
Moist.
What are we
Okay,
talking about today?
We're gonna finish up finally Obi-Wan.
Finally.
We're just gonna get right into it. Again, we're under a time crunch. Kyle's dad's coming.
Yep.
Little man's birthday is today. We're gonna get right into it.
Got work to do. There's so many things going on. It's been a packed in weekend. So
yeah. So all right, we're gonna start this final Nerkie of Obi-Wan.
Such a good episode.
Oh, this
Such
is
a good
this is
series.
by far, this is my favorite episode. So we're in Mos Eisley. They're on Tatooine.
Looks
just
so
walking
good.
down the street. We see I want to say, who would you say this guy looks like?
God, he looks like familiar, sort of the boss. That's not the boss that Obi-Wan had, and he's little.
Yeah, see, I didn't know if you remember. It's been months since we've seen this, but I don't remember if that's who it is or not. He looks like he might. We've seen him before.
Yeah.
B-Rob, let us know who he is if you remember. I'm sure you do. Or Stitch.
Ben,
Mr. Ben. He busts in to get water, and he's like, "Wait your turn." And then we see it's Reva knocks the taste out of the water out of his hand. Reva, as we know as of last episode, was hurt very, very badly, run through by Vader, and she just looks rough. And she says, "I'm looking for a farmer named Owen." We know she's going after Luke now.
She knows.
She knows things.
She knows things. Yeah.
Next, we see the Imperial Star Destroyer going after the refugee ship, and Vader's walking onto the bridge.
Now, this
still
is
my favorite Vader.
Still my favorite Vader. This is one of the types of scenes that kind of bugs me because it's like they've been chasing him for a while, and it's like they've got all this firepower. And I understand we've got rear-facing shields and all that. And I know we got to suspend a little bit of belief. Suspend our belief just a little bit for things to work. But like, I would have thought within 5 minutes that this gigantic ass destroyer would have done, the thing that's in its name, and obliterated this ship.
Have you noticed that's been a theme throughout all 9 of the movies, though?
Yeah, like if there was a big battle going on, like if there was a huge battle and there were several of these, or even just one and a bunch of smaller ships flying around, like it would be taking stuff out left and right. But this one, it's one-on-one, not so great. So,
okay, all right. So, do I need to reset my?
Nope, we're good. We're good now.
Okay, it went away.
It went away.
Good.
Yeah,
we were getting some lag. Sorry, technical difficulties.
It's one of those days. It's going to be a day.
It is. Okay.
Obi-Wan's comforting the passengers. Okay.
In a way only Obi-Wan can.
By just staring at them.
Like blankly and creepily. There's cute little Leia with Lola. And he's like, what's going on? And Leia's like, they're scared. Lola keeps their mind off things. And even then, she's doing Leia things at this age. Like we've said before, she's comforting the masses. That's what she does.
And she's good at it. At this age, she's really good at it. And then she just gets better.
Okay. And then it just skipped. Did you hit something?
Didn't touch a thing.
That is weird. Okay.
It may be on your network end.
Could be. Okay, so next thing we know, there's Owen is in the shop with Luke, and someone comes up and goes, "Hey, Owen, there's something you need to know." It was the guy who was selling the water. And Leia's like, next thing we know, we're back on the ship, and Leia's screaming at Obi-Wan, and she's like, "No, you're not going." And Obi-Wan's like, "I'm the one Vader wants. I have to." And then this rando lady, like crazy Karen's like, "What happened to all of us staying together?" She's like Space Karen.
Sit down, Space Karen. We're working it out.
It's like, don't talk to us. And Obi-Wan says, Roken needs more time to fix the ship. This will give him the time. You spent 10 years protecting the Jedi. let me protect you. It's this way that Obi-Wan has to talk to people.
It's the path of the protector.
It is, which Obi-Wan is. And Roken's like, let me do it. He's like, no. You've got to protect the people. Let me do this. You need to survive. This is what a Jedi does. Even though he doesn't say Jedi.
No.
We know.
Well, he doesn't
And
have to.
he says, and then he talks to what was his name again? Kunos.
Cool guy.
Yep, cool guy. He's like, promise me you'll get Leia home. We will do. He's like, I'll do everything I can. Next, we see Owen and Beru.
And
Luke.
Little Luke.
Not little baby Luke.
Not little baby Luke.
But 10-year-old Luke.
Little 10-year-old Luke.
They are prepping. Owen's looking around. And Beru says, how does she know who's here? And Ben's gone. Beru goes, whose fault is that? It's like, oh, I'm sorry that there's a Sith coming after us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Owen's fault now.
Is she full on Sith or is she just Sith-ish? Sith curious. I think she's Sith curious.
She's Sith curious. I think she might be Sith curious.
Mm.
I mean, she's an Inquisitor, so I don't know what we would consider that, actually.
She's inquiring about it.
She's dark side. She's inquiring. She's dark side.
It's in her title again.
Yes.
So do you think, okay, so this set, Owen Beru's home.
Right.
Did they have to recreate that, or was that a place that they had recorded originally that was already made and they made that into the home, or did they have to fully recreate the set?
I think they had to fully recreate it.
They did a hell of a job.
Oh, 100%. Because we never actually, if I remember right, we didn't see this much detail in the original movies.
We've seen these places, but not for as long, I think. Or,
right.
I don't know. Well, not as in high definition. We didn't see them in 4K.
That's true. I mean, do you think that Dave was like, okay, nah, we might use this, like kind of like I do with everything else. Like, I might use this again 10 years down the line. Let's keep it.
Now, before anybody super nerds out on us about we didn't see this in 4K comment, and somebody will come along surely and say, but actually, the original recordings, and when you record on film, is actually in higher definition than we can even actually produce and see today. So that's why the older films that were filmed in analog and not in digital, you're able to actually see in 4K and the upscale better than the newer digital recording things that were put onto discs and such, which is true. But I was just saying it for the line, so don't crucify me on that one.
No one has to say anything because he said it for him.
I get it.
I mean, no, I get it too. It's just,
Yeah, somebody would. And I wanted to get ahead of them. That's why older films actually or when they're remastered into like 4K and stuff work a lot better than stuff from the late 90s and early 2000s because they were filmed in digital and at the highest resolution that could be displayed at the time. And these are your actual old analog recordings do transfer over better.
Absolutely.
So anyway, fun fact.
Flash fact.
Mm-hmm.
Owen's trying to leave and Beru's like, no, we're staying here. We're not putting anyone else in danger. We're enough. Like, she's badass. And Owen's kind of
Beru's awesome.
Yeah, Beru's awesome. We're Team Beru. Owen's kind of a puss.
Well, we got to see a lot more of her as a character than we have ever seen.
Which actually I love.
I do too. She
pulls out
she runs the show.
Sawed off space blasters,
mm-hmm.
which I think is illegal.
I don't think they care.
No, you can't saw it off like that. You have to have the barrel a certain length.
And there's permits and such that you have to have. You got the space
whatnot
ATF
from the local marshal. We got the last Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, we see Leia talking to Obi-Wan. She's still trying to negotiate. She doesn't want him to go. Mm-mm. He's her protector. They bonded.
They've got a thing.
And it's basically just them talking about, you're going to go back to your father. You'll be all right. And he's like, here, I have something for you. And what is it?
It's a holster.
Could that be a very iconic holster that she has
Well, that
later
is
on in movies?
also, yeah, and it's the one that, oh crap, I forgot her name. She died. Last
Oh,
episode.
yeah. Mala,
Because that's her holster. It's got the little marks in it of the ones that she rescued.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even see that. Catch that part. Good, very good, Kyle.
Yep. Sentimental music plays for a sentimental moment.
They close eyes to show, and while they're hugging, to show that they actually care. That's acting.
Acting.
She's
There's
like,
some really good acting in this show.
oh, I love this show. That's why I don't really. I know it's different strokes for different folks, but it's like, this is probably like pure Star Wars to me right here. This is what Star Wars should be.
Yes.
Next scene, we see Obi-Wan holding the hilt of his saber, just looking at it.
Yep.
To be fair, we've been known to do that a couple times too.
Yeah. Random cargo holds, just like contemplating life choices.
What are you guys doing? Don't work. Don't look at us.
It's a sad moment.
It's a sad. But I love his lightsaber so much. I really do. So he's sitting there looking. What do you think he was thinking at this point?
Probably hungry. I haven't seen him eat anything in several episodes.
We haven't seen him poop in 6 episodes.
That may be what it is. He's sitting there like, man, on the verge of death. All these people are in danger. I'm here to save them. I haven't shit in 4 days, and I probably should, especially
use
before
the Force,
battle.
Obi.
Yeah, use the Force. You don't want that to hit you in the middle of battle. Like, you can't call timeout.
You think he's sitting in this ship and everyone hears this grunting? He's going, "Ugh," and they're like, they hear him going, use the Force. Force
Don't
push.
use
Force
the Force.
push.
Don't use the Force. So you get space hemorrhoids.
He's like, that's okay. I'm going to use my saber to unplug. Hold on. Just the tip, though. So he's looking off in the distance, and like, what are you looking at?
Maybe it'd be easier if they
Obi-Wan?
turned off the artificial gravity. Maybe that would help. I don't know. Would that make it easier?
Force push.
Now I'm wondering about pooping in space. I don't know how.
But they use the Force push at that point. Would that like push you off like a wall?
I feel like we could
they
almost do a whole episode about pooping in space and zero gravity, and like
actually pooping in space throughout the different space shows we watch, like Cowboy Bebop, Star Wars, Star Trek, Firefly.
I think the physics would all still apply the same. Like, there's got to be poop physics in space.
Farscape. Who's an expert in poop?
And space.
In space. B-Rob, you look like a guy who likes to poop. You tell us.
Well, I think we get B-Rob on for the physics, and we get Chof on for the poop.
That's true too.
He'll tell us about how chickens use the bathroom in space.
Yeah, chicken cloacas.
Oh God,
space cloacas.
He's gonna ride that to the very end.
Literally, and that's why he's not allowed back in Sand Springs. So Obi-Wan's looking, and he says, this ends today, basically, which means he's planning on this final showdown with Vader.
Yeah,
that we know is not actually the final showdown.
We know things that he doesn't.
We've seen the whole series.
This is one of the first scenes. Like he looks older here. Like
he looks way old.
His age is really showing, and not in a bad way. Like it's believable because he's getting closer in real age to original Obi-Wan, and so it's a good transformation. There'll be a point where they won't be able to continue with that because
that's true.
Crossover. Yeah.
Shit, I just hit record on my end. I forgot.
Oh, we're good. We're good.
We should be good. As you can tell, folks, we're old and tired, and
things happen.
Things happen.
Obi-Wan's
trying to know how to fix sometimes.
Trying to gas up Roken a little bit here. Like, you got this, man. Like, giving him the old pep talk, and it worked. Roken's psyched. He's basically Obi-Wan's telling like you have to guide them. You have to lead them. You have to protect them. They're going to look to you for leadership, and he's just like, yes.
Do you think he gave him a Jedi good game? It's like with the Force, it's like good game.
Little face force or little force,
Force,
little tap on the booty.
yeah,
Got this.
with the Force.
Got this, little fella. You got it, buddy.
You got it. Atta boy.
Mm-hmm.
Then we see Vader, and the Grand Inquisitor saying, you know, Grand Inquisitor telling Vader, we can't prioritize one lone Jedi. This is our chance to wipe out the entire network.
Do you think
Which
that they have? Oh, go ahead.
I say, which we know from Rebels, this entire network is just a cell of Rebels. Not even called Rebel. This is the start of the rebellion.
Yeah, they're. This is like they're pre-rebels. They're rebels in the making. Yeah,
Rebels.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Vader and the Inquisitor, they have discussions about like skincare products? When you look at like their faces and they're like, well, what do you use to moisturize?
You look like you got a lot of acne.
Mm-hmm. You got a lot of drying, some wrinkling going on here. Faces,
Like,
you really need to
do
hydrate.
you use any sort of base or blush? Because you're awfully pale.
What moisturizer do you use? I think the conversation would be about face moisturizers.
Your skin looks flaky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
There's a reason. Have you tried lava rocks? I have. Inquisitor.
Those pumice stones don't work for Vader.
This is how we got here.
How we got to now.
How we got
Episode
to now.
5. Vader is arguing with him, saying he's not just any Jedi.
Beta
know
is the one
better.
from Boston. This is Vader.
Vader. Yeah, say chowder, Vader.
Vader, put away your saber.
Saber.
Lightsaber.
What's
God,
your
terrible
where's your saber?
Boston accents on our
Yeah,
end. We're not
We're
good.
terrible. No ma.
No.
But so we see. Okay, I do love this right here. I don't know if it stopped where mine did.
Oh
Just
yes, I
the
know exactly what
detail.
you're going to talk about. Yes, the engines and like the detail that you see from the propulsion systems. Like I remember noticing like that looks really cool.
It does. Like I think this is the clearest we've seen the Star Destroyers in any episode.
Yep.
Like I'm looking at you can see the individual lines coming out in the engines. You can see the exhaust kind of from the engine.
Yeah, they did really good at this.
They did great. I love this. And then just look at the little details on the Star Destroyer too. Like you can see everything.
So what I really like about how it's looking, because we know the original was done practical effects,
right?
And it's still, for as old as it is, holds up really well. They did a really good, because CGI looks like CGI a lot of the times, you can tell, and it's like I don't know what they did to make the CGI look less CGI and more practical effects, but they did a great job at it. And it's just something about how those ships just kind of float in space. You know, it did a great job with it. Oh, so now we're back. And Beru is really comforting poor little rosy-cheeked Luke. And we're getting the cuts back and forth between Tatooine and the soon-to-be rebels escaping. Did they go to? Yeah, they went to Tatooine, didn't they?
They're going to Tatooine. No. This isn't Tatooine.
Where did they end up going? We'll find out.
I don't know what this planet's called. It's just some rock planet.
Yeah, so they go land. Vader said, "I will face him alone." And God, his Vader walk is so good.
I'm sorry. Again, my favorite version of Vader. Like, I don't know if this is if we would have done this fresh, I probably could have told you. But I don't know if this is a location from Clone Wars or not. It might be. I have a feeling I know which planet this is. Yeah, I have a feeling this is the planet where they had where the Jedi general betrayed them. This could be it. I don't remember.
Well, just the landscape of this planet looks like it would have been pulled from something that they would have done in Clone Wars.
I agree.
The whole thing, talking about this being our favorite Vader, I think the reason that he pulls off the physical presence of it so well. And the reason that he's able to carry himself as Vader is because he was Anakin. Okay. It's not somebody that, you know, when we had our first vision of Vader, we didn't have the full Anakin story, and neither did anybody involved. I don't care how much George Lucas said he had all this planned out from the beginning. All the lead up in the backstory was not there in this great detail.
We know this.
And so now, you know, we get Hayden under the suit, and he, you know, was really absorbed in the role as Anakin. He can draw from that so well, and that's where you get this anger in his walk and the determination that you see with him so much better. I think.
I agree.
Because he's lived it as Anakin. So I think that's why he works so well, and why this version of Vader is so physically intimidating and so ominous, and because he's able to draw from those older experiences.
I agree. I totally agree. Okay, where are we? We see
back on the moisture farm.
Moist.
Good thing they don't have chassis laying around. They never get
they need some damn it. Chassis.
One day we'll hit them up to sponsor us.
Yes, when we actually get time. We see the double-bladed Inquisitor lightsaber coming out, so we know Reva's found them.
Yep.
And then we see all the lights are out. Beru and Owen are prepping, and then we see Vader's shuttle, Imperial shuttle, going down to this planet.
A lot of back and forth, and I'm sure there's some symbolism that we're missing here with the back and forthness, but you know, we've never claimed to be smart men.
No, or pretty. But Vader's shuttle lands, and here's the level of detail again. Just the exhaust, the way that they made the airflow go when that thing landed. Like, the nerd in me was just literally geeking out at this. Vader walks down. They have ominous music playing.
Well, as one should.
And then he sees Obi-Wan waiting for him. And Vader's just sitting there. He's like, okay, I'm going to walk towards you. If you're not coming to me, I'm going to go to you. And Obi-Wan's standing there with a saber. We know that this means business. Okay, at this point, what did you think?
I thought they were going to hug. I was really hoping for it. Like, oh, just hug it out, guys.
Vader mouth hugs.
Yeah. Just hoping for...
He would give good mouth hugs.
Oh god, there was almost a line that got crossed there that we would never have been able to come back from.
Nope. Nope.
Not today. Not today, Vader.
Not today, Satan. Not today.
Okay, so Vader sitting there says, have you destroyed me, Obi-Wan? And that is so Vader. And then all of a sudden we see this blue, and it says, "I'm do what I must." And then there's the classic Obi-Wan, swings the saber around, does the two fingers out, pointing at him with it over his head. The classic Obi-Wan.
I was waiting for him to kind of go like, let me get it here.
Yep, like that. I'm watching you, Vader.
Watching you, Vader.
Where's my money? Where's my money, Vader?
Got my eye on you, Vader.
But he doesn't say a word. He just does this, and Vader goes, "Then you will die." And out pops his red saber, and it says they're both grunting. Not from space poop. Well, we hope it's not from space poop.
No, but it's from their little sword fight here.
Okay,
as one will have happen.
Yes. Obi-Wan does a roll. We're not even gonna attempt to describe the saber fight, because parry, up, down, left,
parry,
up,
thrust,
down,
parry,
left, right.
I'm gonna use the Konami code on Vader.
And Vader gets 29 lives.
But Vader is still one-handing in a lot. And here's something that we see. So this is probably the most agile real-life Vader that we've seen fight. Because if you watch, the original trilogy, he's not that quick.
He's very stiff.
very stiff. He's more agile, but we see flashes of old Obi-Wan, but he's not, quite like he was back in the day, but he's still got it. He's not as good as he once was, but he can be as good once as he ever was.
It's same as he ever was.
Yeah. And
same as he ever was.
Yep, I got one more in me. So but
Same
it's
as he ever was.
such a good fight.
This is probably one of the best. I'm going to call this here, and I'm sure there's going to be some disagreement. This is probably the best, if not one of the best lightsaber fights I've ever seen in Star Wars.
We'll go with one of the best one-on-ones.
One-on-ones. Yeah, not a group thing.
Yeah, the group fights at the end of the original trilogy and stuff. Yeah, those were when Order 66 was executed, and you just seen all those were amazing.
But this is probably
just one-on-one. Yeah.
Yeah. And can you imagine how long they had to practice for this? So
I don't know. The Darth Maul battle, though, that one also was.
Oh, no, it was sweet. But I think this one's more advanced.
Yeah.
And I love the darkness of this. And then if you notice, Obi-Wan forced Vader to go two-handed.
Mm-hmm. Well, and something else that we see here is some of the best illumination of the sabers in a battle.
Oh yeah,
This is some of the best looking, even though they're not fancy sabers. They're our base bare bones red and blue. Obi-Wan and Vader going. This some of the best use of the illumination and the lighting from the sabers.
Illumination.
And so now we're back. We got Beru drawing a bead down on Reva.
And I love how Reva's face is being lit up by the saber, and it's like that pulsing of the saber.
Yeah.
I love that. Then they start firing, and Reva's just blocking everything.
Yeah.
And they're rapid firing.
Yeah, they are. I'm trying to, I'm not even going to question it.
Reva's just good. She really is.
Well, I wasn't going to question the weapons. They were kind of clunky looking, but. And so now we're back. Obi-Wan and Vader and slapping rocks.
If you notice, they switched. Vader's fighting two-handed, and Obi-Wan's going one-handed.
Yep, Vader's going a lot more two-handed. There's a lot of anger. It's really
such a great scene.
Yeah, I mean, we can't describe it like swing for swing and all that. There's a lot of good, Star Wars style saber swinging and like the action stuff you see, but we do get to see Obi-Wan finally use the Force to try to push a pillar down on Vader. Vader's like, "Oh, your strength's back. Hey, buddy, you didn't lose all your gains. You're doing good."
And Obi-Wan was straining to get that pillar down, and Vader just went, "Okay."
We've seen how strong Vader was in the previous episode when he stopped a freaking ship from taking off. And so
Vader's so awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love my Jedi, but I do love dark side stuff though.
Oh, I love dark side
and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and then
we're not gonna lie, they look a lot cooler.
Yeah, no, they look infinitely cooler.
Everything dark side looks a lot cooler. So
I love this part where Vader Superman punches the ground.
Were you disappointed in what was not said here?
What was that?
So they're fighting. He knocks Obi-Wan down where he said, he does the Superman punch, basically makes the crater. And now Obi-Wan is down in this hole and Vader is standing on the edge of the hole, looking down on Obi-Wan. What does Vader have right now?
His saber.
What type of position does Vader have right now?
The high ground.
I was waiting for him to say it until Obi-Wan, it was over, that he has the high ground. And he didn't. I wanted it to happen so bad.
Even think about that.
Yeah, Vader has the high ground now.
I didn't even think about that.
Why would they not? Even if it was cheeky, cheesy fan service stuff, that would have been, and it probably would have been drug across the coals that it was a cheap line to throw in there. But I would have loved it.
we would have eaten it up.
Well, yeah.
I didn't even think about that. Why don't they have us write for Star Wars?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, be like, yeah, what's his name? Fisto, and he's got a giant fist, but he's an He-Man. No, he's
No,
the
no,
fucking
no, it's
Jedi.
fine. We can
It's
bring him.
cool.
Yeah, we'll do a
He's a
crossover thing.
Jedi.
But yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna say it. Oh, he didn't say it. Even my daughter was like waiting for it. Like she knows it. She knows, you know, she's one of the younger ones that's on the original trilogy more than, or the original prequels. Original prequels, the only prequels.
The prequels.
Yeah, more so because she loves Anakin's story. You know, and we're more original trilogy generation.
We are, but I still enjoy the prequels. I do.
I do. It's just a generational thing, I think, more than not.
Yeah.
But I was just let down. I wanted it to happen so bad. And it didn't.
Like I said, I didn't even think about that. I really didn't.
I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Thank you. I'm kind of disappointed in me.
Don't you let Poochie out a
Truth
little
be
bit?
told.
Oh, I let you down.
He's standing over there, and then he just starts throwing all these rocks.
Mhm.
Like, not rocks, huge, massive boulders, piles, just piling it on top of Obi-Wan to crush him.
God,
And
why
he's
can't
like,
we get
did you
him to work
truly
for the?
think you could defeat me?
We need Vader on the streets department around here.
We really do. He can fill in potholes.
Great. Well, he kind of made it too, so I guess, you know. But
That's
anyway,
true, too.
yeah.
And he called him Masker at the end. Did you notice that?
Oh, he did, didn't he?
He called him Masker and walked off, turned off his saber. And if you notice, now we're back on Tatooine. Reva's breathing heavy. She's still hurt.
Yeah.
And Owen's facing her, and she's like, you know, why are you protecting him like he's your own? And Owen says, he is my own. No matter how much of a dick he kind of was to Luke, you can see he sees himself as his dad.
Well, he had to be that way for a reason.
Yeah.
He just punched her in the crotch.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think Owen space physiology
You don't think Owen what?
took space physiology.
No, he just like cooter punch.
He's like, cooter punch. He's like, haha, I'm gonna hit her in her nuts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, that didn't work.
Oh, no wonder Owen and Beru didn't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Owen's not sure how it actually worked.
It's kind of like that moment in what was it? As in Mortal Kombat, when I can't remember which character had it. It was Sonya Blade that would do the splits and like could punch the other guys in the nuts.
No, that's It's Johnny Cage.
Or Johnny Cage could do it,
And
but
then he punched.
But
Sonya.
you tried to do it to Sonya, and she's like,
yeah, and he goes, my bad.
I think it worked like that in the game too.
Oh yeah, I think it did too.
Yeah, that was that moment. But yeah, you can tell Reva's like hurting.
Not from the cooter punch.
Not from the cooter punch, but just from
being stabbed.
Yes. Oh, I can't believe you went down that. That just kind of came out. So, but she's hurting and carrying on the conversation, you know.
And Beru just punched the shit out of her.
Yeah.
But then Reva's like, here, come here. You're on the ground now.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Luke running away. I don't know what kind of run Luke's doing, but that's not the run of someone who's actually scared. He was more prancing.
Yeah.
Maybe he was going to Tashi Station. He's like, yeah, see, look, it's like a prance.
Yeah. Oh god, they're gonna be out of power converters.
Luke's going, I'm going to Tashi Station now. Oh boy, power converters for daddy.
Were you doing the Hamill as Joker voice there?
No, it was supposed to be like a dandy.
Okay, it was quite dandy.
Fail.
It was quite dandy.
Thank you. So anyway, we see rocks. We see lots of rocks.
Mm-hmm.
But then we get down into the rocks. There's Obi-Wan using the Force. He's got this little pocket to keep himself from being crushed.
Mm-hmm.
This shows Obi-Wan's got his connection back.
But we're supposed to see Anakin just talking like, you're my enemy. Like, Well, it doesn't say Anakin.
It's
Well,
Anakin and Vader.
Vader.
It's going back and forth between the conversations they've had.
Yeah.
I am what you made me. You cannot run. He flashes back and looks at it's Luke and Leia he's seeing.
Yeah.
Or no. It was Anakin and Leia.
Mm-hmm.
Which gives him this weird Jedi strength to push. Here's what's nuts to me. I think that was emotionally charged, even though Jedi are supposed to detach from emotion. That gave him a push because it took Vader 1, 2, 3, 4, waves with the Force. Obi-Wan pushed all that shit off with one big push, which means his space poop shouldn't be that hard.
Well, he got emotional, so he veered away from the light side just a little bit.
So I mean, that technically would be a little bit of dark side because that's a personal
by definition.
Yeah.
But
okay.
There's a lot of contradiction in light side, dark side, and even things that are said. Like the biggest contradiction line that still bothers me to this day is only cis deal in absolutes or that's an absolute statement.
That's true. Actually, it is, isn't it?
That still bothers me. Okay, so they're back to fighting.
They found each other, and Obi-Wan is he's doing very well. He force pushes Vader into this rock and causes Vader to get to his knees.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "Come, my rock children." He lifts it up, and all these, and he's like, "Attack my children." And Vader is just getting demolished by these boulders.
Yeah. Like, I've been in a sandstorm before, and that sucks. The little bitty rocks. This is like a boulder storm.
It is, and Vader's like, meh, meh, meh.
His armor's holding up really well.
That's really good armor.
It's really good armor.
They're fighting. We see Reva still chasing Luke. Like we said, I'm sorry, gang, but we're going back and forth because that's how this series is.
Yeah.
Or at least this episode. Do you think this is Beggar's Canyon?
Well, she's kind of at a dead end. But it may be. I don't know if that was that close to where he lived or not. That would be weird, honestly, I think. Because if Beggar's Canyon ended up being that close to where Luke ends up living later in the series, it could be. We'll need a map. Somebody knows.
Oh, I guarantee you Ben knows. Or B-Rob. Ben or B-Rob, probably.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting, and Obi-Wan's still throwing rocks. It's like, oh, come on, man.
I'm glad that we didn't have a bunch of great saber fights and stuff. Like, it got saved at the end. Oh, he did whack him across the back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He got him good.
Obi-Wan got Vader good across the back.
Force pushes him again.
This is one of the longer battles we've seen, too. And then he slices the helmet.
Which is awesome. Does this jumping slice. And the sparks coming off the helmet. This is so cool.
He could have
I remember getting goose pimples.
He could have lopped his head off right there.
But he didn't. He could have saved. Like, we could have not had 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. He still has not let go of the idea that he can save him. But now, oh God, that visual of half the helmet gone and Obi-Wan seeing Anakin's face.
I would honestly, I'd love to have like a bust of this, like a statue of this, the helmet and that, like that right there.
Mm-hmm.
They made Hayden look awesome.
That is such a cool visual. Just half the helmet gone, his eye looking out. You got half Vader, you have half Anakin.
I am what remains.
And this is when it finally sinks into Obi-Wan that Anakin is gone. It took this long. He was holding on so hard for so long because he thought he could bring him back.
Yep.
Thought he could save him.
And he said, "I'm sorry, Anakin, for all of it." And Vader's doing that wheeze because, his helmet's been hit. And says, "I am not your failure, Obi-Wan." I love this line right here. Like, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. Here it is, right here. The lead up.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I don't know.
And that
Okay,
little
this is-
grin he gives under the
Yeah.
mask.
I don't know if Anakin did this, if Vader did this to alleviate Obi-Wan so he could fight him full, or to try and goad him saying, no, you didn't do anything. I did it all.
I think the latter.
You think so?
Because the way he was smiling.
Trying to hurt him.
Yeah, he said yeah. This and just the narcissism of Anakin and the self-absorbedness and the
That's
dark
true.
side in him that he wouldn't allow anyone else to have the gratification of creating something like this other than himself.
Right. And Obi-Wan saber lowers. And the realization hits him and says, then my friend is truly dead. And God, that look in Vader.
Mm-hmm.
Just pure hatred. And then Obi-Wan's face changes and says, goodbye, Darth. And then he walks off.
He could have
And
saved us so
Vader-
much trouble.
Vader is hurt on this one. He goes, Obi-Wan! But notice he's not running after him.
No, he's weakened. He wouldn't. Obi-Wan could have finished him off.
Yep. And then Vader just kind of collapses to the ground a little bit. Still yelling Obi-Wan. That's not helping Vader.
No, save your
Next
strength.
thing you know, next thing you know, Obi-Wan's leaving the planet, just leaving him.
Deuces.
But do you think Obi-Wan's like, this is the worst fate that I could leave him with right now, knowing that I beat him?
I don't think that he had it in him to finish him off, even though he said my friend is truly dead. I think controversial thought, took a little bit of a cop out.
I think it is too. I wonder if they ran on budget.
No, well, like if we kill him now, nothing else is gonna.
Yeah, it's like we're good.
So Obi-Wan senses that Luke is in trouble now. Like he just got off of one job, clock in for some overtime now. Him and
Gotta
little
go
Lola.
save the Jedi. Gotta go save the Jedi. I saved the Jedi.
So he goes to booking it across the galaxy. Reva is heavy breathing, so she has seen, Luke had fell off a rock.
Yep.
Still onto more rocks and is hurt. And I don't know what she's thinking here. Like, she's just standing over him, very Anakin-like from the temple. Very Anakin-like. Looking at this helpless, innocent little Luke, and then she starts seeing herself.
Which is awesome.
She starts having the flashbacks, remembering everything that's happened. Remember what happened to her. Like, there are so many moments in this episode that could have ended the entire series for good. Like, Obi-Wan could have finished off Vader. Reva right here could have finished off Luke. We wouldn't have had shit. And she draws back and just emotionally hurting, standing over him. And so there's some time difference here. This had to be, because he didn't get there in that amount of time, right?
No.
So the Vader Obi-Wan battle happened way before all the stuff happened with Beru and Owen, Luke, and Reva.
Did it though? Because when he was in the ship, he was feeling Luke was in trouble.
Maybe. Well,
I wonder if this planet had to have been within like 10 minutes of light speed.
like
if not
probably less than 4 parsecs.
Probably less than 4 parsecs. I would say
Yeah.
maybe 2 parsecs.
Probably that's a good amount of parsecs.
That's
a pair of parsecs.
That's a pair of parsecs.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to have been close because he got there quick.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or this is just plot hole.
Plot hole. Whatever. We can deal with it.
Yeah. We can accept it. Can you?
Can you suspend your belief long enough?
We see Obi-Wan talking to Beru. He's like, where is he? She's like, he's gone. And Obi-Wan's like, I'm going to check the Dune Sea. If he's going to Dune and checking the sea, better watch out for spice worms.
Oh, I need to watch that still.
It's so good. The book's better. I do like the new one because it follows the books. Way better than the 84 one.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe there wasn't that big of a time jump because she had to walk and carry him back.
Yeah.
We don't know how long she's in the canyon with him. So she brings Luke back. She couldn't do the deed. She has good in her still.
She feels good in herself.
Mm-hmm. She looks at
And I
Owen.
looked
She's
at
like,
you.
"You punched me in the cooter." She's fine with everybody except for Owen.
Owen. Because she looks at Owen and goes, "Who does that?"
Baru, we need to talk about this. After we'll settle all this, me and you are going to go have some blue milk and really discuss things.
Bru's like, I haven't taught him the boob punch yet, so we're just going to let him go with this. She's like, stupid Owen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we got all this. Owen hugs him. He and Bru grabs Luke and they walk off, and Reva starts crying, which we haven't seen that before.
No, we haven't seen this emotion. We've seen a lot of emotion from her, mostly anger.
Yeah, mostly anger. But
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. She repeats herself. And she's like, I failed them. And she's talking about the younglings.
Yeah.
He killed them all, and I couldn't do it. Okay. Do you think this is the last we're seeing of Reva at this
No.
point? Because we haven't seen her in the movies.
Do
you think we're going to see her like in Andor or Ahsoka?
I think we'll see her in one of those bridging shows that are coming up.
Andor.
Yeah.
or
When I say,
Ahsoka.
yeah. And I don't know which one we'll see her in.
But you think she'll be back?
I think she'll be back, and I think she's going to die. I think she's going to either martyr herself or she'll do something above what she just did, because she kind of created this situation.
Yeah.
She'll redeem herself somewhere. She's got a redemption arc coming in something else, either another show or in the second season of this.
I kind of hope she shows up in The Mandalorian.
Old Reva.
Older Reva, except
Old Reva.
Old Reva. The Adventures of Old Reva.
Who would play her?
It'd still be her. They just make her look a little older.
Yeah, they could do that.
Or Whoopi.
I was seriously thinking Whoopi. Like,
how? Actually, I could see that.
I could see that just a little bit. Yeah.
Like that. I actually would enjoy that. I think.
Yeah, I don't think we'll
She
see
comes
Whoopi
up
in
with
the
those
Star
little,
Wars universe.
with those little glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I really ended up enjoying Reva's character.
Or we see Whoopi and we think it's Reva, and we're like, "Oh, that's her," and she's like, "No, I'm just her sister. It's all an act."
Her name is Rupi.
Rupee Silverberg. Okay.
Rupi Silverberg.
Her name's not Whoopi. It's just Yay.
It's Yay. Reva says, am I going to become him? And Obi-Wan says, you chose not to. You made a choice. No.
Mm-hmm.
The rest
Choices.
of this
We
is
all
up
make
to
them.
you. Choices. And now Reva's like, there's a future wide open to me.
I have a sad.
Yeah, now wistful music is playing. She picks herself
Self up awkwardly. Oh, never mind. That was her scarf. I thought that was her arm. Like, that's really weird.
No. Like, why is it just dangling there? She's looking at her saber, her broken saber, and she throws it down.
Obi-Wan's like, damn it, another one I got to bury.
How many damn sabers are buried in Tatooine at this point?
There's so many. There's got to be, like...
That's a treasure trove.
Old Jawas need to be out there digging those up.
And they're going, boom. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, maybe that's what the Jawas are doing with them. They started a Jawa barber shop for a close shave.
I was hoping for like a Jawa jousting league, just because it's hard to say.
And they're riding like little dogs.
Now we cut, and here's something that we don't see, haven't got to see enough
On
of.
Mustafar.
Castle Vader or Fortress Vader. What's it called?
It's on Mustafar. I don't remember.
Yeah, but his little fortress thing there has a name. It's something Vader.
It is Shea Vader. Let's see.
Welcome to the Vader Hilton.
What do you mean you need more soap?
The air's not working. Of course it's not working.
I feel fine. What is Vader's castle called?
I think I would swear it was Castle Vader.
Oh, it's Fortress Vader.
I was close. I said it once.
You did. Actually, you did. What's the site? Oh, because it used to be a Sith temple.
Mm-hmm.
It was built above the Sith cave. And then the ancient Korvax fortress. Yeah. So it's Fortress Vader.
So we get to see him communicating with the Emperor here with his communicator / hot plate combo.
He puts his ramen on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and although the Emperor told him you're not supposed to have that in the Imperial
ramen
dorm.
is spicy.
Spice. Is he cooling it down?
Just chilling, eating space ramen and watching space Netflix.
It's space crying.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's watching Space Love Island, and he's like, they have no redeeming qualities.
Sitting there with a tub of Space Rocky Road, just... I am the chosen one.
And it was like,
I don't care what they say. I am the chosen one.
Then he's sitting there watching the next show, watching like Space Gilmore Girls, eating bonbons. He goes, I know I shouldn't eat these, but they're so good.
He just binges Space Office.
That's what Vader said. Like, we veered, folks.
Oh God!
Hey, Vader's telling the Emperor he will not evade me again. He did the triple deke.
Yeah. So he's not an evader.
He's not an evader. He's just a Vader.
Evader sounds like
it sounds like the worst dating site. It's a Sith dating site.
Oh, evader sounds like he's some kind of weird like space anime streamer.
Evader, or he's doing his space Tinder.
These evaders trying to get their e-simps, their e-space. Oh, God.
Galactic Tinder, and he's like, you want to go down on loving an evader?
His little app, every time he swipes, just like.
And when he doesn't match, it goes. Like the saber going down. Yeah.
Enjoys warm climates. Not into volcano tours.
Not. Hey girl, if you like space ramen, hit me up.
The high ground is overrated. That would be, I think that should be the name of the bar in the Hilton Vader, or the Vader Hilton, is just go down, go have a drink down at the high ground.
What?
Oh God.
What? Hey, what's the special drink for today? A lava flow.
Try the lava brownies. They're delicious.
Don't believe me? Ask the dishes.
God. So he's talking to the Emperor.
And he breaks out. They start randomly. He has the staff singing "Be Our Guest" randomly.
Says the Emperor, did you pay for that robe when you left?
Put our Sith service to the test.
We're going to have to charge you for those incidentals.
Did you drink from the mini refrigerator?
I see your history on the space pay-per-view. That's some weird stuff.
Wait, what is this? 60
Hot hut on hut
Jawas,
action.
1 sand crawler. Don't worry about it. We'll comp that one.
Wookiee's gone wild.
Wookiee's
Wookiee
Uh,
that's all you hear from the Emperor.
okay, if you guys have any good space Star Wars porn titles, put them in the episode discussion.
It's just all you hear from the Emperor's room in the hotel. Just shut up. Like, what's
Shut
he
up.
watching in there?
The worst one that they have is trooper porn. It's like, no,
I'm staying
wrong. You missed it. Wrong one.
Wrong.
Keep missing.
No.
And it's over.
I'm still hung up on the Wookiees.
Wait, how do you know they're done? I
Hmm.
don't know.
God. And with all the fur, you got to. Anyway, this mats up.
All right. Hung Baka, you really need to shave next time. Use some space nair, something. We want
I
the
thought
full
you were going to go with Hung.
Monty.
I thought you were going to go with Hung Solo.
Hung
but-
Solo. No, that's the human one.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
This is Hung Baka.
Anyway,
Anywho, there's the Emperor looking not amused by our space dick jokes.
your past cannot be overcome. We know, Emperor.
And thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, thanks for getting me a new helmet.
Mm-hmm. It's like he's like Kenobi. I like when he's like Kenobi means nothing. It's
Yeah.
because he just kicked your ass.
Yeah. He's like, I only serve you, my master.
Yeah, I don't want to really talk about it. Things
I
happen.
do love the Imperial March playing at this, and then it goes out. Like,
So right here we had like because we know this is the last episode.
Yep.
And we were talking earlier about crossovers and stuff like this.
Right.
And I'm excited from this point of view right here because
Space RBG.
No. We were talking about like things overlapping, arcs overlapping, and things crossing over and stuff. And from here in the back, from the glowing, you can actually see Mephisto in the background.
Oh, piss off!
And then we're going to bring him over. This is how he's getting introduced. Look at all the fire and the lava and the brimstone. Anyway.
Which you're not caught up in She-Hulk, but I think they've referenced Mephisto in it.
I hope so. I'll get caught up tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah, get caught up so we can discuss it. But I'm pretty sure they did.
So we're doing a lot of tying up of loose ends in the episode here. Not loose ends, but they're wrapping everything up in a nice little bow, almost close to.
Mm-hmm.
She gets her boots. She's starting to develop her Leia look here.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which I love.
It's a little bit fancy. It's a little bit prim and proper, and it's a little bit rough around the edges with her boots. She's got her
and
hair.
her hair, that's the classic Leia hair. Not the buns, but the other one. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, getting her gloves and then slapping on the holster.
Yep.
She's a perfect little mini Leia. It's almost like she's cosplaying.
What are you playing as? Myself.
I'm me.
I do love how this is the mini Leia.
Mm-hmm. And so she's like, is that a holster?
She's like, no, I'm just happy to see you. Actually, I could see Leia saying something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've been waiting. Like, we've seen little flashes of smartass Leia. I've been waiting for full-blown smartass Leia. Cheesy line. Scruffy
again,
nerf herder.
If you notice that her guards there and Alderaan, that's the exact same outfits that they have the rebels wearing later on.
Ooh, hold on, let me go back.
Think about on Endor at the towers.
Mm-hmm.
See the helmets, see the dress.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Those are the Roman. That's the Rebet.
It's a different color scheme, but it's the same style.
Yes.
Because they wore like all brown, like real. They went more earth tones whenever.
Very earthy.
Very earthy.
I like what they're doing with the earth tones cotton. And then, okay, I love this part here when Bail looks at her and goes, Leia says, you said there are many ways to lead. And Bail says, looks like I was right. And she says, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to want to change a few things. And Bail looks at her and says, let's change them together. He's a good dad.
He's such a good dad.
He really is. And this is why he became such a big part of the rebellion.
I would watch a show with him and the dad dog from Bluey, just like giving life advice.
Him and Bandit.
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, cheese and crackers.
Then Obi-Wan's back, and she's runs past him to get to Lola.
And Obi-Wan's like, hey, yeah, no, here's Lola.
Oh, yeah, well, go get your toy that almost screwed
Jedi
everything
fake
up in
out.
the first place.
So they're looking at this, and then like, well, she's already done that. And it's like, yeah. And she's like, I missed you. And Bale's like, I fear for her future. The Empire grows stronger and bolder. And here's where we get glimpses of the future. Like, if you ever need my help again, you know where to find me. Let's hope that day never comes.
We know better.
Dun. Yeah, foreshadowing.
Yeah.
And then, so that shit back there, I know it's not. Okay, right. In the back right.
Looking, I'm watching, I'm waiting.
There it comes.
Fan's blowing my beard around. Let me get over this here.
It looks hot.
Okay, that ship?
Yeah. That kind of looks like the Ghost to me.
I don't know my
Or
ships
the Outrider.
well I don't know my ships well enough to give an accurate.
Hold on, let me.
I'm just going to agree with you.
Okay, keep going. Talk about this. I'm going to look it up.
Okay, so we got she gets her Lola back, her Lola back.
Leia got her doll back.
Leia got her doll back. And Obi-Wan just asked, like, what do you think I need to do? You know, she's like, you need to sleep, first off, and probably poop is what she should say. Like, you need to go poop and
probably
sleep.
Poop.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the link. Look.
Okay, I'll look at that.
Probably
You
need
pick
to
it up.
poop.
It looks a lot like the Ghost.
The Ghost, does it not? And we don't know where Hera got the Ghost in Rebels, but we do know that Bale was a big benefactor for the Rebels, for the rebellion. I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
I'm trying to do some extra Googling here. All right,
and
keep
then
going with it. I'm going to find.
Leia,
I think I found something.
Talking to Obi-Wan, and he's like, you're passionate and fearless and forthright, and these are gifts from your father. And he's like, you know, both were exceptional people, who bore an exceptional daughter. Talking about her Padme and Anakin, and just he's telling her everything's going to be all right. And you know, I wish I could tell you more, but she looks at her parents, and says, "It's okay, you don't have to." She's accepted. You know, I'm an Organa.
Yeah.
And she's like, thank you. Like, I love this actress. Like, I hope they bring her back for something. I really do.
Probably for season 2.
And then she goes, if you ever need help from a tired old man, we must be careful. No one must know. It could endanger us both.
She hugs him again. A lot of hugging.
There's a lot of hugging.
Good for Obi-Wan needs hugs.
Hugs for Jedis. It's our new foundation. They look and he says, goodbye, princess. May the force be with you. That gave me goosebumps when Obi-Wan said, may the force be with you.
Yep. Because the first time he said it in the series. Not the first time it's been said.
First time he said it in the series.
First time he said it. He just
may the force be with you. So cool.
Like, all right, I'm out of here.
They keep showing that ship. It's a little different, but you know, Ghost has also been modified though too.
Same style ship.
Yeah,
Looks
I
like a
mean, it
very
could be the same
similar
style,
model.
but I'm wondering if it is actually the Ghost, if what becomes the Ghost.
Could be, or it could just be, you know, a little fan service. Like, hey, look what we got in the back.
Yeah.
So
And
Obi-Wan
then-
flies away, and where are we now?
Back on Tatooine.
Oh yeah,
he's in his
back
cave.
His little cave.
He's packing up his man cave.
Yeah, because is this where he goes from here
Mm-hmm.
and makes his way to he finally gets a little house. He picks up in the bag is the ship, the little toy ship
Episode 1.
from episode 1. This was such a cool scene.
Yeah, it was.
And this needed to happen too, because we needed to see how Luke knew who Ben Kenobi was, who old Ben Kenobi was. He leaves his loot crate in the cave, and he makes his way out. He goes back to, riding his little space camel. See Owen Brew, Luke's there. Owen's like, here we go again.
Riding his little space camel again.
And he's like, I got work to do. Luke's looking like he's working, but he's probably not doing anything.
We know better.
We know better. Owen asked, what are you doing here? And, Brian, like, I thought you were going to keep your distance. And he's like, I will. I'm staying back. And I like it, like he's got the goggles that he has, too, that Kenobi has. And, he tells Owen, future's going to take care of itself. But this is when he kind of passes the torch off to Owen's like, the only protection he's going to need is you and Baru. Take good care of him. I'm really glad they didn't make a light of, maybe possibly catching on fire later, avoid barbecues, things like that. The Owen family barbecue.
Come on down to Crazy Owen's Family Barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
If you like it extra crispy.
I like Owen finally cracked. He's like, do you want to meet him? Because he hadn't at this point. He's watched him from a distance.
And Owen ran him off every single time.
Mm-hmm. And so he was happy. Like, this was some of the closure that he needed to be able to get past losing Anakin. And
yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, this is what helped him move on past all that. And see dorky little Luke.
He's like, hey, everyone.
Hey. I'm fixing the evaporators. And so we know he gives him the toy, which was one of my favorite moments in the entire series. Now, riding across the desert on some species that we don't know the name.
On a horse with no name?
Yeah. It looks like a shaved snuffleupagus. So, snuffleupagus. That was hard to say.
A shaved snuffleupagus.
Mm-hmm. That's
it's
probably
snuffleupagus that used Nair.
Yeah. And we finally get some
Qui-Gon
Force ghosts. Coast to coast.
6 episodes, but we finally saw Qui-Gon. This is
Mm-hmm.
Master Qui-Gon. I'm glad Liam came back for this.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does have a very particular set of skills that allows him to be able to do things like this.
Shit. You got that one.
I did. I got you there.
Okay, so we're looking, and they're talking. He's like, come on, we got a ways to go.
We got stuff to do.
And he disappears, but Obi-Wan now knows, okay, his connection with the Force is back. He can see the Force ghosts now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's riding off into the triple sunset.
I thought it was double.
Yeah, I thought there's 3 moons, or three suns of Tatooine.
Yeah, you're right.
So, and that's the end. And directed by Deborah Chow. Give Deborah Chow a movie.
She did great.
So, all in all, that was probably one of my favorite Star Wars series. All in all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're under a time crunch, so we're going to kind of wrap this here. But
it's 2 suns. I was right.
Was it 2? I thought it was 3.
You made me doubt myself.
I thought it was the 3 suns of Tatooine. Which one has the 3 suns?
I don't know.
Maybe that was on Farscape.
Yeah. Because there's a
suns.
documentary. I think it's called Under 2 Suns.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Life, no, that's not it. Something about anyway, let's see, 2 suns. Let me find the name of this documentary real quick.
Under 2 moons is what was on the Star Wars space porn network.
Twin Suns, Star Wars. It was in the bonus features of one of the box sets.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, great series.
I was right.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it immensely.
I hate you. You're a house dog.
Is that what you meant to say?
I'm a dumb drunk.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
He likes being told that. You're right. Kyle's a pretty boy.
I am.
Okay. So, Obi-Wan, what did you all think? Let us know in the comments. Give us your space Star Wars porn titles.
Yep, we need those.
And next week, I've thought of something we can talk about for next week while it's relevant.
What's that?
We can go over all the announcements from D23 this weekend.
That could be good. We've done similar episodes in the past. We did that over San Diego Comic-Con.
Yep.
And so this would be a good one to follow up. I think we'll have some overlap from the previous announcements.
We will, but
and some
you guys
additional
will listen
information
anyway.
But maybe we can pull in some extra guests. I like when we have additional points of view.
Yep. I was thinking about B-Rob and Justin.
B-Rob and Justin, if they're available. We got a whole slew of people sitting on the bench just ready to come in. So
put me in, coach. I'm ready to go. So, yeah. Let us know. But you all, seriously, thank you for the support. We love you guys and girls.
All you peoples.
Mostly women. Because
we like them.
We want to encourage more women to listen to us. We have a lot of men.
I've been trying to get women to listen to me for years.
I was waiting for you to say something like that. But yeah, seriously, no, we really appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys from the bottom of our grundles, our chassis coated grundles. We appreciate you guys.
But with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Wherever you guys are, have a good evening, night, morning, whatever time it is. And please be good to each other.
See ya.
See ya. Rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made-up word.